Having a hard time trying to decide what to buy your clients for Christmas? I've got 10 great ideas that'll make you look like the most thoughtful person. All right, guys, so I came up with 10 ideas. I want to be very clear. I hate swag. I do. And I have to buy it all the time. I think I just bought like $5,000 worth of swag for a company event that we're getting ready to handle. And I don't like it. What is it? Lipstick, sunglasses, like it's all just kind of junk. And it really annoys me when I get all this random stuff. I come home from an event or I come home from a Christmas party and it's just stuff that I don't want, but you also feel bad throwing it out. And I don't know, it's a problem. So I wanted to put some thoughts to what I'd really buy my clients for a Christmas gift. And there's a couple things to remember. It depends on price point. It depends on how many houses you're selling. I get all that, but there shouldn't be an excuse that you don't take advantage of giving your clients something over the holidays. I understand that everybody celebrates Christmas, so don't make it just a Christmas gift, but it's always nice to get something from somebody that provided you a service at the end of the year. Obviously, follow your broker's rules, your RESPA rules, all of that stuff. But I do want to stress that you really need to take advantage of this. And if you don't have the money this year, that's okay. But I would also encourage you next year to start putting a little bit aside every closing for just this reason. Maybe it's $50, maybe it's $100. So when November rolls around, you're able to go buy the gifts you want to buy. Now, I've chosen 10 gifts. They're all on Amazon. They're going to show up on the screen, and they're also going to be in a link in bio. So that way you can go to my Amazon store and buy them. I don't care if you buy them through our store or not. It's just some ideas, and I thought it'd be a really cool way to share. So we're going to start in order of cost, I guess. And the first couple aren't that expensive, and they're pretty practical. And then it kind of gets a little bit more expensive, but these might be gifts for your multi-million-dollar buyers. They might be gifts for people that are really near and dear to your business that send you a lot of business. Don't be cheap with people that send you business. You want to really love on them and take care of them. The first one is a Faraday box. And I know this one might sound strange. My wife didn't think it was a great idea, but there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of criminals going around these days that are walking around with scanners around people's houses, picking up their wireless keys and getting the codes to them and stealing their cars or getting in their cars. It's a real thing. So just like your wallet that has an RFID like blocker on it, most of them do now, this is a box that you can put on your maybe your countertop, maybe your credenza, where you just come in and drop your keys. It's very thoughtful. It's very inexpensive. It's less than $15. And with this and all the gifts I'm going to talk about today, you're going to have to figure out how to customize them. I think basically just a good, solid, waterproof, weatherproof sticker will take care of most of that issues. You don't have to go get it all embroidered unless you want to. But a Faraday box, maybe you lift up the lid, it's got your logo, it's got your name. They're going to think of you every time they come home. The next one is super basic. We actually give one of these to our clients every time we close a house. It's a water key. I'm amazed at how many clients don't know how to turn off the main water to their house. So every closing, we walk out to their water meter, we find it, we show them, we give them a water key in case there's ever an emergency. So if you're not doing that, you can go get them as cheap as $7 or $8 at Lowe's or Home Depot, or you can order them off of Amazon here for under $15. Put a little waterproof tag on it with your name, your contact. Every time they're in the shed or their garage and they see that, they're going to think of you and they're not going to throw it out. One, because it's kind of big, and two, who's going to throw out a water key? The third one, actually, my mom gave us one last Christmas, and I think they're a great idea. It's the fire blankets. Everybody has fire extinguishers or should have fire extinguishers, but they don't keep up with them. They don't keep them charged. They're all random places. But these fire blankets are pretty interesting. They're where you can actually smother fires. They start in the kitchen or things like that. So they're real small. They're real compact. Throw a label on there. They're going to leave it in their kitchen, maybe next to the pots and pans. Every time they go down there, they're going to see you and think about you. The fourth one I love. It's a battery organizer. I don't know if any of y'all that have kids, how many batteries we go through, or I just had to change the batteries in my electronic door the other day. Boom, I pull down my organizer. I've got all the batteries right there, and it's super simple. Instead of I used to run around the house checking all the junk drawers. So this one, they're not going to throw out. And you don't have to stock it with batteries. I'm sure they've got enough batteries in their house already to stock it. Throw your label on there. Give it to them. It's a thoughtful gift. It is under $15 as well. The fifth one's... I like this one, and it's newer to the market in the last couple of years, but it's the Christmas tree water funnel. Yeah, it's going to get some use every once a year, right? But they're going to keep it. They're not going to throw it away. And most people haven't bought one of those yet. I mean, I see some DIY ones. My daughter tried to make one time with like an old wrapping paper tube, but like go spend the $15, put a label on it, and now they're going to keep it forever. So we're going to step it up a little bit. They're going to get a little more expensive from here. And, It depends on what the price point is or how much business they send you. Again, follow all your company's rules and your state laws on how much you can give people. But also, like, sometimes you just give a gift for a friend because they're a friend. They just happen to send you a lot of business. How about a Ring doorbell? A lot of people would love to have a Ring doorbell. It's one of those things they just don't splurge on, especially if they just bought a house. They're spending money on so much stuff. You can get one on Amazon right now for around $50. So that's not a bad price. And it's going to help them feel more secure, and they're going to think about you. Probably don't want to put a sticker on this one, but they're going to remember it every time they look at the doorbell. How about those dog lovers out there, or cat lovers? I think this one's mainly for dogs, but Furbo has a 360 dog camera. I don't personally have one. I've got some agents and staff that do, and they've got puppies. They've got new dogs at the house, and it is a dog treat dispenser, but it's got a wireless camera built in, so you can see what your dog's doing while you're at work. I'm not that crazy when it comes to dogs. Well, I guess I am. My dog comes to the office almost every day with me, but so I don't need this camera. But some people really are into their dogs, and you know who those clients are, and they will love this. So that's a great one. It's around $65 for the holidays. Another thing that most people won't buy themselves, but they most likely need, Nest thermostats. Used to be super expensive. They're around $90 now. Most people can install them themselves, or they can call an HVAC company. I wouldn't recommend you doing it. But Nest thermostats, I've got several in most of my buildings and my houses. They're great. They're wireless. You can control them, like fantastic gifts. And they're going to think about you every time they walk by or touch their thermostat. All right, so now we're going to speed it up a little bit to a little more expense. I always want to find things when they're more expensive. Obviously, they're not going to throw away. I'm a huge Yeti lover. I love Yeti brand stuff because I think it's good quality. It's not going to break down on you. The Yeti Camino carry-all, it's a little tote bag. It's about $150. Take it to the pool, take it to the beach, take it to the soccer field. People love this bag. It's indestructible within reason, and people are going to remember it. Somehow you're going to have to customize this one. Maybe not a sticker. Maybe take an extra $10, go to your local embroidery shop and put your logo on there. But they're going to love this, and they're not going to throw it out. So 2 more I want to share with you, and I think they're pretty cool. One, Sonos. It's about $215 for Sonos Era 100. I love Sonos. I think it's a fantastic product. I actually, when I redid my house, all my speaker systems is Sonos because I didn't have to put them in the ceilings. I didn't have to put them in the walls. They're all wireless, or you can hardwire them, and it's controlled by an app. It's fantastic. Again, something most people won't spend on themselves, but it is $200. But again, gauge that against the amount of business you're getting from the person, and it might be a drop in the bucket, but they're going to know it's expensive, and they're going to remember you when it comes to that. And the last one, this is for pool people. Most people have robots or pool companies, but do they have a solar power pool skimmer? Game changer, y'all. This is a robot by Beta SE. There's multiple competitors out there. This one's around $370. Solar powered, skims across the top of the water, collects all the leaves, all the crap. Guys, it's a game changer. It saves me hours upon hours upon hours a week. I actually maintain my own pool. It sucks skimming it. Having this thing work for you, at least while the sun's out, is so much easier. And they're definitely not going to throw it away, and they're definitely going to remember you. Yeah, $370 might be a little bit more than your budget can hold when it comes to this, but there might be somebody in your database or in your sphere circle that sends you so much business. This would be a great opportunity for them. So these are 10 interesting giveaways. They're not lip balms. They're not sunglasses. I'd love to know what you give your clients. And some people do a lot of things. Some people don't do anything at all, and that's okay. But I just want to give you 10 things that I've been seeing recently that would go a long way to solidify you being the realtor of resource and showing your appreciation for the business they gave you, and hopefully reminding them to send you the business next year.